Tomorrow night, that chance for thunder showers continues. The low around 60. Tuesday it'll clear off. We'll have a partly sunny day anyway. A little bit of sunshine to shine through for us. A high temperature Tuesday, 78. The extended forecast showing a chance for thunder showers Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Probably afternoon thunder showers, what we're talking about right there. Temperatures very close to normal from the 60s to the 80s. In the 6 to 10 day outlook for next Saturday through Wednesday, it's going to be kind of wet. Those showers are going to continue, but our temperatures will remain close to normal, and by the end of next week, our normal temperatures, we're going to start talking about 50s and 70s again. We've been dealing with 60s and 80s for weeks, but it is getting to be cooler.
But we really needed the rain.
Yes, we do, and we'll get it before the end of this week.
Thanks, Maureen. We'll be back after this.
Indiana is a state where pioneers seem to flourish. Since the early days, Hoosiers have been people who have thrived on hard work, straight talk, almost fanatical honesty, and warm personal regard for each other. This pioneer spirit is still a way of life in Indiana, and it's still a way of doing business at Indiana National. Come to Indiana National. See how well old-fashioned values work hand in hand with state-of-the-art banking services, and how well they work with your personal and business banking needs. Financial services change constantly. Our values never do. Indiana National, pioneers in banking.
The fashion outlet is featuring crew neck and turtleneck sweaters at $9.99, regularly $18. Plus, they will monogram up to 3 letters free with any sweater purchase. Only at Fashion Outlet.
While the Indiana State Fair begins its 6th day, officials can relax knowing their fair is doing better than the county fair. Channel 8's Ruth Ann Gordon reports.
Marion County Fair concessionaires told Channel 8 News a week ago that business was down. The margin of profit wasn't as good as last year's. Fewer people attended the county fair this year, and those who did spent less money. While the Marion County Fair got off to a weak start, the Indiana State Fair has done exceptionally well. Ticket sales and attendance records have been good.
We have sold 2.5 times the amount of entertainment tickets that we had sold a year ago. We had done some planning on this, on bringing some different type and styles of shows for different variety of people to come and participate. And the way the sales have been, it's been very optimistic.
Officials are very happy with attendance. Records were broken opening day, and yesterday they estimated 152,000 people walked through the gates to the fairgrounds. But some concession stands are doing better than others.
It's great, just great.
Sales up as opposed to last year?
Well, they're not any better, but probably about keeping up the pace pretty well.
They've been so yeah, it was good yesterday.
Certain days are good, others are bad,
Yes, they are.
Well, it's been pretty good.
Any days that have been better than others?
Well, yesterday was real good. Yeah, and the day before it rained. Wasn't very good. So it'll still be pretty good.
The size of the fairs differ, but McKee was quick to point out that pre-planning and the mix of big-name entertainment with other events have helped draw the people and, so far, draw the money. Ruth Ann Gordon, Channel 8 News on the scene, the Indiana State Fairgrounds.
Atlanta makes a comeback. Dick Ray has all the sports right after this break.
Sunday night, Glenn Ford.
The war's nearly over.
And George Hamilton.
This war will never be over.
They're fighting a war over one woman.
I can see men die for their country if that's my duty, but I can't see men die for your honor.
One man would.
See the exciting showdown.
The border.
What border?
We've come over. We're in Mexico.
There is no border, not anymore.
It's A Time for Killing. Sunday night at 10:30 on Wish, Channel 8.
At Showbiz Pizza Place, you can turn a $10 bill into a whole lot of fun. And food for your family with the Super Stuffer Super. You get a large cheese pizza and a pitcher full of soft drinks for only $10 with the new Showbiz Super Saver. You also get tokens for 10 games and rides, plus a fun bag for kids under 12, more than a $16 value, and all for only $10 with the Showbiz
Summer Super Saver Fun Package.
Right, at Showbiz Pizza Place, but only till Labor Day.
Now to present the Star Power Awards, Bob Hope.
Tonight's awards are for the highest octanes you can get. Envelope, please. Talk about high octane. The winners are Texaco Unleaded with ethanol at 89 octane, New Super Regular at 91, and Premium Unleaded at 92. Texaco Star Power helps knock out the knocks for the highest octanes you can get. Texaco Star Power for car power.
This is Gary Collins on the next Hour Magazine.
Women live, on the average, 8.5 years longer than men.
Part 1 of our 5-part series with Dr. Joyce Brothers on the difference between men and women.
A woman working at home is actually using more energy than a laborer building a road.
Plus Bert Convy, America's latest poster heartthrob, and more. We make every hour count for you. Monday at 4 on Channel 8.
The Atlanta Braves have been playing up and down, and Dick Ray says now they're playing up. They're hot.
But don't get World Series tickets yet if you live down in the Southland. The on-again, off-again Atlanta Braves are moving back into the first in the National League West pennant race. Just when it looked like Joe Torre's club was ready to die, they come back and win 4 in a row. We'll take a look at the highlights. Bottom of the 5th, Atlanta pulls to a 6-6 tie on a smash by Rafael Ramirez. Hubie Brooks could make the handle there. In the 6th, New York regained the lead. Ellis Valentine with a long single scoring Brian Giles and Mookie Wilson. It's 8-7 Mets. But the Braves rally in the 7th. Dale Murphy's 30th home run to left put Atlanta ahead 9-8. RBI number 4 of the game for Murphy, his 88th of the season. But in the 8th, Jerry Royster scores Matt Sinatra, which proved to be the game-winning run, 10-8 Braves at that point. In the 9th, Dave Kingman hits his 30th home run of the year, but the Mets leave the tying run stranded. The final Atlanta 10, Mets 9. Of the 4 games Atlanta has won, 3 have been with the Mets. In the National League today, the Cubs win by a run over San Diego. Gary Maddox has a grand slam as Philadelphia belts the Cincinnati Reds 8-2. It took 12 innings today, but St. Louis beat San Francisco. Glenn Broomer steals home with 2 out, bases loaded in the 12th for the victory. Los Angeles and Pittsburgh, another 1-run win for the Pirates tonight. Mike Easler scored off an error by Pedro Guerrero, and they're just getting started with Houston and Montreal. It's 4-0 after 2.5. In the American League, Toronto losing to the Yankees today. Cleveland, a 1-run win over Minnesota. The White Sox, a big win today over Kansas City. Reggie Jackson hits his 29th home run of the year, a 2-run homer in the 7th as California beats Detroit 6-5. Rick Miller has a 2-run homer as Boston beats the Oakland A's. They're in the 8th inning, Baltimore leading Texas, and Seattle is in the 2nd inning. They're leading Milwaukee. At Busch Stadium today, the Indians begin another series for first place in the American Association East. Iowa and Indianapolis began the day tied for first. Tonight, the Cubs own first place all by themselves. The Indians took a 4-3 lead in the 2nd inning in the first of 4 games with Iowa, but the Cubs got a 2-run homer from Mel Hall. In the 6th, they go on to win today 9-6. In other American Association play, Louisville eliminates Evansville from the race in the American Association East. Louisville is a half game out of first behind Iowa. The Indians are now 1 game out of first place. In the NFL today, the 1 preseason game, it was inside at the Astrodome as the New York Jets came out smoking against the Houston Oilers. On the Houston punt, it's Johnny Lynn of the Jets storming in for the block and the touchdown. 7, the Jets would score on their way to 24 without an answer. This 35-yard pass from quarterback Richard Todd finds its way to wide-open Jerome Barkham, and it's 14-0, the New York Jets. Former Boilermaker star Mike Augustiniak bursts in from 3 yards out. Will Houston ever score? Well, they do here in the 4th quarter on 4th and 3, and this isn't your basic touchdown, but Nielsen delivers to Tim Smith out of Nebraska. The Jets go on to win 33-16. In golf, Joanne Carner gets that elusive 35th career win today at the World Championship of Women's Golf. She becomes the 10th member of the LPGA Hall of Fame with a victory today. The magic putt here on hole 18 in suburban Cleveland put her at 4 under par for the tournament, a 5-stroke victory. Amy Alcott finished 3rd, 6 strokes off the pace. As we move on today at the Buick Open up in Grand Blanc, Michigan, this putt for par gave Lanny Watkins a one-stroke victory in the Buick Open. Watkins at 15 under par for the tournament, just one ahead of Tom Tighe. There he is with the trophy there. Martina Navratilova is now over the $1 million mark for the year after beating Andrea Jaeger 6-3, 7-5 to win the $200,000 Canadian Open. And over in Mason, Ohio, Yvonne Lindell looks like he's tuning up for next month's U.S. Open. He forced Steve Denton forced Lindell into a second set, a two-set match today. Lindell is serving here, and Denton will take the second set on this tremendous point right here. Watch this point. So Lindell won the first set 6-2. Denton forced Lindell into a tiebreaker in the second set, but on match point, Lindell wins 7-6, but not without a few doubts. He looks like he's in top shape and may be the favorite as they head for the U.S. Open in September.
If I wouldn't make any, he could do what finally happened in the 12th game of the match and get one and make it, and if I didn't make a break the game before, it could have been really tough in the third set, and I didn't want that to happen. I would prefer to make 2 of those games and win 6-2 again.
As expected, Bill Rogers won the 10-meter Pepsi Challenge Marathon run on the IUPUI campus. As expected, there were 3,000 runners from all around the area, but not expected was a woman from Carmel beating Allison Rowe in the women's division. It was Diane Busa, a cross-country star at Michigan State, finishing the 6.2-mile course at 33 minutes, 55 seconds, 43 seconds ahead of Rowe. Running in the first place, of course, was Bill Rogers, the 4-time winner of the Boston and New York Marathon. That's sports.
Thank you, Dick. Back after this.
Ponderosa knows just how frenzied your life can be. So come to Ponderosa and slow down. Slow down to relaxing prices on our new ham and cheese sandwich or new sirloin tips. If you aren't happy with any of our exciting new entrees, just ask for another one, free. Slow down, make a good meal at Ponderosa. Slow down, Ponderosa.
When you leave your bike unattended, leave it to a master in theft prevention. True Value Hardware Store's August hardware value of the month is this number 3 master padlock and chain for just $4.99. The 4-foot case-hardened steel chain is enclosed in a protective vinyl sleeve and is also ideal for securing ladders and grills around the house. Get your quality master chain and padlock for just $4.99 while supplies last at participating True Value Hardware Stores and home centers.
Weekdays, wake up to a great way to get back into shape with Joni Greggins and Morning Stretch. Weekday mornings at 6:30 on WISH Channel 8.
And finally tonight, with football season closing in fast, we want to take a look at one of the most famous cheerleaders in the country. Lawrence Herkimer doesn't fit into most people's idea of what a cheerleader looks like, but when he led cheers at SMU in the late 40s, he introduced a number of routines that are still done now. And with all the enthusiasm of a new car,